Okay, let me give you guys another example. So I'm just going to bombard you with lots of examples. So hopefully over time you will get a rough idea. So let's try and sketch this. So here Z is in play, X is in play, Y is not in play. So eventually, because Y is not in the equation here, so eventually we will need to drag it in the Y direction. So let's look at this here. And Y is not in play, so we can ignore this. And then now you've got to imagine you are standing here looking at it in this direction. So this will be your z-axis, and then this will be your x-axis, because so this is your x-axis, because y, we don't care about y is not in play. So your right hand will be here. So this will be your right hand. So when you look at it in this direction, this vertical axis here will be this one here, x-axis will be here, and then your right hand will be here, your right hand will be here, your head will be here looking at it, and your left hand will be in the negative, on the negative side. So this will be your left hand. Just so your left hand is here, your head is here, and your right hand is here looking straight at it. So imagine it to be like this. This will be Z, X, so X here. So this is positive X, this is negative X. So looking at this here, you can imagine this as being like Y equals 9, this thing here. So this will be your Y graph, X graph. This thing here will be your intercept, and then it's going to do a negative quadratic. So it will look like this if you were to sketch this. But here we are here. This would be our z-axis, intercept of 9, this here we will know is going to be 3, and it's going to do a negative quadratic. So it's going to look something like this. It's going to look like this. So this will be negative 3. So now let's translate this to 3D. So let me just clean this up. Bear with me. Let me just clean this up. So now let's translate this into 3D. So in 3D, your z-axis will be 9, So this point here will be 9. So let's just say 9 is here. So this will be 9. And then the x-axis, positive 3 will be here. So let's just say positive 3 is here. This point here is negative 3. So this is your x, negative x. So negative 3 will be here. So let's start from here and draw it down. Well, it will look like this. Now bear with me. It will bear with me. Bear with me. It will look something like this. Okay, so it's going to be a negative quadratic. It's going to look something like this. But don't forget, y is not in play. Y is not in play. So now we need to sketch this in 3D. We now need to drag it all the way across in the y direction. So it will look something like this. So this thing here is going to get dragged along in the y direction. This thing here is going to drag along in the y direction, and then you will have yourself it's like a tunnel. This thing's like a tunnel. So your car would be here. You can drive through the tunnel. So you can think of it like that. So this, by the way, is actually a cylinder. I know you normally think of this as a cylinder, but this in fact is a cylinder, because if you cut it along here, it will be uniform no matter where you cut it. So you drag it along in this direction. It is a cylinder. So your 3D in 3D will look like this. Okay.